I'm here in the Olympus booth at Photokina 2008 with Sally Smith Clemens. Sally, what have you got to show us today?
Got a couple of things to show you, Dave. We've got two new interchangeable lens concept cameras that we unveiled here at the show, and also a small pocket camera that's got a really unique technology I think you're going to enjoy.
Cool. Let's take a look.
This is a concept camera based on the Micro Four Thirds standard from Olympus, and as you can see, it's quite small. It's just a concept, meaning this is essentially a block of wood, what we're looking at right now. It doesn't necessarily illustrate what the final product will look like. There should be actual product available in 2009 based on the Micro Four Thirds standard, but this gives you some idea of what we can expect.
Great, that's interesting. It's really a rangefinder aesthetic as opposed to SLR.
It is. I mean, some say it even kind of has a retro look, what with the textured finish, etc. But there's different approaches to this standard. The Micro Four Thirds standard, as you know, is an extension of the existing Four Thirds standard that essentially removes the mirror box from the camera body, so the whole body itself and the lenses can be made more compact, smaller, lighter, and that really facilitates this body design nicely.
Yeah, that's great. When I first heard about Micro Four Thirds, this was the kind of thing I was thinking of. Really, a lot of people, there's been a lot of demand for a high-quality rangefinder, interchangeable lenses, and now it looks like we're finally going to see it from Olympus.
It is. Think about it. I mean, you could have your large system. Maybe you've got an E3 and an array of lenses. Those lenses will still fit on this body. So if you wanted to have a small portable body mated and matched to your system, and maybe you're also going to buy some Micro Four Thirds lenses because there will be separate lenses that are more conducive to this form factor, smaller, lighter. You could pretty much carry a body and three lenses and have a nice range covered.
Mm-hmm. And still use all of your, as you say, all of your existing Four Thirds lenses.
Absolutely. So it's integrated into the system, so to speak.
Great. And so we think this is coming, we don't know when, sometime in 2009 we'll see a product.
In 2009 we will see a product. This is the first peek or sneak peek, if you will, of a concept based on the standard of the new standard. And in 2009, as we get closer, I'm sure we'll probably see some more concept illustrations.
Now, what can you tell us about your second concept camera?
Let me tell you, we've got an actual digital SLR. This is a concept of it here that we also unveiled at the show. This camera will become available the first part of 2009, and it is based on the Four Thirds standard. It's very similar, really, in appearance to the E3, even to the extent of the articulated LCD on the back of the camera that's fully rotatable. This camera, there's not a tremendous amount of information out about it yet. It's not been formally announced in as far as full specification information, but it will be right below the E3 in terms of the lineup, and it's going to have some unique feature sets. It's really going to be targeted to those individuals that are looking for extreme creative control. So think things like situations where you might want to use some really exotic special effects filters, whether you're an artist, a graphic artist, or maybe a wedding photographer. I think this camera is going to be interesting for that type of user.
You said you had something interesting for me. What's next?
I do, and I've been saving this for you, Dave. I got to get you to kind of work with me a minute, though. I want you to imagine that we're going to go on a really cool ski trip. We're going to Aspen. We're going to go skiing and snowboarding.
Oh, that's great, man. It's roasting in here. I could use a ski vacation about now.
Well, then you're going to have to put your gloves on.
Oh, man. All right, hang on. Get suited up here.
Get suited up, get your gloves on, because when you're out there in the cold, and I'm talking snow, skiing, your hands are cold, you've got your big gloves on, and these are the big ski gloves.
Yeah, like if I wasn't hot enough already, I'm going to be real quick here.
Well, think about it. You got your big gloves on, but you've got this beautiful scenery, and you want to take a photograph with your point-and-shoot camera. How are you going to control all those little buttons on the camera?
Yeah, I can't kind of.
With your gloves on.
Drop it. Yeah.
By the way, I should mention it is shock-proof, so no worries there.
I don't know you for a camera. Okay.
No, it'll handle a 5-foot drop. Also, I think a lot of people know us on our Stylus SW series are also waterproof. So shockproof, waterproof, but one of the best kept secrets is they're also freeze-proof. So thus the ski vacation we're getting ready to go on and the snow gloves.
Well, yeah, you're right. So I mean, these gloves are hopeless here. I mean, what am I going to do? Normally, if I was out skiing, I take my gloves off, and then my fingers are freezing, so I still can't work the buttons.
Yeah, and the camera's a metal body, so not only is the camera going to be cold and your hands are cold, what we've got though that we're going to show you today is this camera has a unique technology built into the camera body. There's actually a 3D accelerometer built in the camera body that can detect movement on the right and left hand side, top and back of the camera. So now all you have to do is tap the camera in a certain point to bring up menu displays. For example, setting the flash, setting shadow adjustment, going into playback and scrolling through your images. You can even do slideshow and self-timer, all by simply tapping the camera body with your hands. Don't ever have to take your gloves off. Take all your shots while you're out in the snow. Don't worry about it.
That's very cool. So it doesn't matter how fumble-fingered you are, as long as you can tap or shake the camera, you're all set.
Not only that, but you can calibrate each individual tap point. So for example, you've got pretty thick gloves on now. You can go in and adjust the sensitivity of the tap for soft, hard, or average, so that you can kind of cater it to your own force of your own personal tap or the padding in your gloves, and also the frequency of the tap. If you're one of those people that's a rapid clicker on your mouse, you can set the frequency to fast or slow or average so that you can actually customize the tap function to your own touch.
Well, that's really cool. I have to say, that's one of the most unique user interfaces I've ever seen on a digital camera. And this is shipping now?
Just started shipping, Dave, last week. I think you've got one waiting for you back at the shop, so everybody will be able to read all about it on your site.
Let's see, the Olympus 1050 SW. Well, that's it from the Olympus booth at Photokina 2008. Thanks for joining us. Man, I got to get out of these gloves. These are killing me.